All right, so everybody, good evening and welcome to Too Damn Live. Sorry we had to get a little started late tonight, but we're going to work out all these technical difficulties in the next coming weeks. We're joined tonight, by Vinay Nayak, a Democratic politico and an Obama campaign strategist. So I guess we'll just check in right away, Jimmy. Any new stuff going on this week?
I'd like to say too, I have to pay attention to the political war that is going on. That's striking up between women's rights. They're using that strategy now to try to, the Republican women. And I would love to say to Obama, you should focus on the people. Don't fall into that negative fight that they're doing. Because those who are talking about women's rights, they're talking to the wrong guy. Don't play with me. If all women rights, every soldier who gotten killed in a war should give them money, compensated money, giving birth to that guy, and to lose them in the country. So this political rich woman's war that they are now trying to distract from the needs of America, don't play that women right with me. So this is why, but we're here to focus on what the country needs. We're in a $25 trillion debt, and that's something that the president. We're in a mess. I do respect the young fellow Barack Obama, but one thing I say to him, before you sign these bills into law, he didn't know. Let's be for real. He screwed up. He didn't know.
Well, I'll give Vinay an opportunity to respond. Vinay, do you think that your candidate, President Obama, screwed up? He didn't know what he was doing when he signed these bills that did not work into law?
Well, I don't know. First of all, can you guys hear me?
Perfectly.
Not sure exactly about those to which you're referring, but I think that he's done a good deal for women's rights, and I think he'll continue to do so. If you look at the Lilly Ledbetter Fair Pay Law, if you look at the health care law that mandates insurance companies charge the same for men and women, I think he's done well for women's rights. I agree that there are other issues.
Women have lost a number of jobs, correct?
Well, it's not about the number of jobs. It's not about nothing he's done for the House. It's about the U.S. Department of Treasury have given out money to corporations, the biggest shareholders of each and every one of those banks and corporations. That's what this is about. What he did and the bill that he signed they're not relevant to getting this country on the right track. That's just something of what a dysfunctional government when they don't know really what to do. So you can't talk about jobs. You can talk about any kind of money, any kind of refinance, unless you talk about the people getting the 49%, 61% ownership of General Motors, 41% owners of Citicorp, 41% owners of Chase Bank. This is something the president signed, gave the U.S. Department of Treasury, gave them $25 billion to $49 billion to General Motors. You can't discuss anything unless you first take care of the business of the people. This is something that they're doing. I really, if they can count.
This is a good point. I'll tell you, I've noticed the president, I've noticed Governor Romney. You have President Obama chiding the Romney campaign for strapping a dog to the car or something, and then you have the Republican side coming right back and saying that the president ate a dog or something like that. Had an information.
This doesn't make any sense.
Democrats coming back and saying that Mitt Romney didn't outlaw greyhound racing in Massachusetts.
Well, as they say that some women just got evicted, or some man or woman just lost their job, or somebody got admitted to the hospital, they wouldn't treat them because they didn't have the money. They said you don't have health, or with health care being paid for. This is what I'm saying, focus on the issues of the American people, and this is something none of them are doing right now. College students are forced to pay student loans when the student loans are paid for. I can explain to anybody where the money is. The money's not hidden. The money's in plain sight. People just can't see it because they have not been directed to see what I see. And the money is already there.
This is a great question for Vinay, because Vinay, you're a college student. You've got college loans to pay back. How could you possibly support President Obama, who's not going to pay student loans, when you could support Jimmy McMillan?
Well, listen, I think that Barack Obama has actually passed legislation that helps students quite a bit on their student loans. Maybe he hasn't done everything that he should, but I think student loans are an interesting topic. But at the same time, the topic of the day is this dog issue, and I'm curious to hear from you, Jimmy. Are you a guy, a cat guy? Myself, I'm a cat guy, but at the same time,
let me stick to you for a moment, because you're the young man, young woman that I need to reach out to, and I will say it again.
If anybody would like to comment on the conversation, you can just write down below. You can click "I want to join in," "I want to ask a question." We'll bring you on screen. You can talk to everybody.
There is no plan they have in Washington to help with your loan when your student loan is already paid for. I hope that you listen and pay attention to what I'm saying. I will repeat it. The U.S. Department of Treasury gave money to every bank and corporation. You are a shareholder of every bank in the United States of America, because the U.S. Department of Treasury gave your money away. My problem is, everybody who's going to college, all the professors in college, you should be asking the question, where is my money? We will not have $45 trillion debt.
You're working for the Obama campaign. Where is my money?
Well, Jimmy, the thing is, right, we're talking about making sure that people have jobs, making sure people are able to pay rent, and what happens if that money that's ours, I'll give you its tax dollars, what happens if it doesn't go to a corporation? People will lose jobs. Our people will lose jobs.
Did you say corporations are people, Vinay?
I said corporations will fire people if they don't exist, and that's a fact.
You're making a mistake, because the government gave businesses your money. You are a shareholder of those businesses. Like the college, and I know everybody going to college, and I hope that you all can think of the brighter picture. If you know money, if you know making an investment, the United States government made an investment for you. 49%, 49 billion to General Motors.
Cut you off for 1 second, Jimmy. We're joined now by another viewer, PJ Dolan 5, and
he's so excited.
Jimmy, I'll cut you off for 1 second. What is your take on this issue as a viewer here on Chatterspace?
Sorry, Mr. Knowles? Can you hear me okay?
We got you.
All right. Repeat the question, please.
Well, Jimmy's got this great point that, all college loans are paid for because we gave all of our tax money to these big banks. And Vinay is trying to counter that point, I think, is on the defensive for the Obama campaign. So what's your take on all this as a recent college grad?
About student loans? I think it's a bankrupt system. Frankly.
Let me explain it to the college grad. Real quickly. You graduated from college and a young man going to college. The U.S. Department of Treasury gave $49 billion to General Motors, $25 billion to Wells Fargo, Chase Bank, Citicorp, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley. You are a shareholder of these banks. Every other bank got that kind of money too. My problem is that the United States government cannot sign your money to give your money to a corporation or business and tell you that you have to pay off your debt. Your debt is paid off. If your mortgage is paid off, the government violated the constitutional rights of the people under the 14th Amendment. They call it ASD equal protection. Cruel and unusual punishment by the 8th Amendment. By you gave the banks the people's money, and the people were paying off their debt, and the people who they gave money to didn't give you a discount off of the money that they were receiving for you or the money the government gave you.
If President Obama violated the Constitution, though, are you calling for the impeachment of the president?
No. I don't believe in. If you hit me, I know next time not to let you hit me again. The only thing we're saying that we need someone in the White House to get it right. President Barack Obama, he didn't get it right. You don't sign off bills because the problem, what everyone is missing, all those Democrats who are in the White House need Barack Obama there because they know he don't know, and they are using his don't know to get all these bills passed that's not reflecting the American economy and helping the American economy at all. Now, there was one more guy who's running. He was the governor of 6 million people. He's a rich guy. They call him Mitt Romney. He simply don't know. He don't know. So there's no sense of talking about him because he's not going to win a vote doing anything other than the people who are talking about the people that I'm going to represent. I don't support the very poor. Do you remember when he said that?
I guess I don't remember when he said that.
I remember when he said that. I heard it loud. He's not concerned with the very poor. And Michael, I think that as a Republican, that's something that should make you ashamed. And not only that, but I also heard that Mitt Romney took his dog and put it on top of his car. And I think both of those issues compound together to show that he's not only out of touch with people, but he's out of touch as his best friend.
Yeah,
and I think that
off because I don't want to listen to you anymore. But I'm also going to notice that down on Mr. Dolan's camera there is a dog. So I'd love to hear you chime in.
I love that dog. I love that dog.
I love it too.
Now, this is something that I want the young people to understand. Okay, we can talk about McMillan, we can talk about Barack Obama. This is your world. The hell with them. What are we going to do for tomorrow to make better for you? What can we do today to help get the young people involved for tomorrow? This is your future. They're not talking about the young people. The young people is out of this. Everything is being addressed. Oh, Barack Obama did this. Oh, Mick Romney said that. The hell with them. The young people need to stand up and take the country back to their vote. And that is what I'm fighting for. Go to Elect America, select something, and give us the support we need.
Elect.org.
Yes, and give us the voice we need. We need that voice. Barack Obama, I love him to death. The question is, as a human being, but as President of the United States, I have no other choice if I don't vote, because I'd rather keep the shoes on my feet that don't hurt than to put a pair of shoes on my feet that's just going to do the same thing he's doing. And that's something that no one is talking about, the young people in change right now. And that is why I'm here, hoping to have that voice.
I want to know from this viewer, Mr. Dolan, who did you vote for in 2008, and who are you going to vote for in 2012?
In 2008, I voted for Barack Obama in the Rhode Island. No, never mind. I voted for Ron Paul, actually, in the Rhode Island 2008 Republican primary. I did not vote in the general election, and my vote is still on the fence for 2012. I'm not sure if I can reconcile myself to the Mitt Romney camp. I was very much a John Huntsman fan by virtue of yours truly and a few other reasonable points made by him. I really don't know. I can't vote for Barack Obama, but I think that's a typical position that many conservative-leaning voters are facing right now.
Well, what about Jimmy McMillan?
Can I sign in on that? I voted for Barack Obama simply because I got tired of hearing the same old political rhetoric that John McCain was bringing out. I got sick of hearing it. I said, let me give Barack Obama. He was bringing in change, something new. I voted for him because of that change he said he was going to bring. But years later, he didn't tell a lie. He brought change, spare change. That's all he brought. All the jobs are gone. All you have in your pocket is spare change. But I voted. I'm sick and tired of political games that they're all.
You know what they say? They say that 30 years ago we had Steve Jobs, Bob Hope, and Johnny Cash, and now with Barack Obama we have no jobs, no hope, and no cash.
That was 30 years ago. He wasn't born then. He wasn't born 30 years ago. I was born 30 years ago. I don't like to talk about it because this is the young people world. I am the voice for the young people. I don't want to go back to 1945 talking about World War I, World War II. I'm talking about right now, 2012, on the economy, the war of the young people finding jobs to raise a family. That is the war that needs to be addressed, and that not one politician is talking about it. I'll tell you a story. In Vietnam, 65 days, I was assigned by General Westmoreland to search for John McCain as the POW, along with the president of John McCain came home, got it, went into Congress, and forgot about it. You know what he said? Oh, they don't need any money. Sorry, punk ass, we had a check, we tried to save his ass in the jungle of Vietnam, and he haven't changed a bit. I wouldn't vote for him if my fingers went through the toilet paper while I was wiping my backside. He's the last person in the world I would sit up there and vote for. But the question is that they are still there. They're coming back to Mitt Romney. Listen to Mitt Romney's wife. Listen to all the other Republicans' wives. The Tea Party. They're talking about the same old crap, but they're not talking about YOU. That's something that I'm
at this point. If you searching for John McCain in Vietnam, have you talked to Senator McCain at all about this? Have you approached him since you've become a national political figure?
I'll talk to him when I'm taking a dump, punk ass. I have nothing to say to him. We could have gotten killed with trying to find him in Vietnam through the snake. He should apologize for us. Tell all of the veterans, I'm sorry I did not support y'all when I returned. He got into Congress saying no, veterans don't need any more money or they don't need any more help. He could have told everyone that we was opposed to Agent Orange. He had it in his breath. He never thought to try to get the Agent Orange bill passed so that we could get the help we need. Now people are suffering from autism. This punk ass people are suffering from autism, and they don't forgot about Agent Orange. Most of the families that are suffering from autism are children of Vietnam veterans who have Agent Orange in them, just like myself. This punk ass. He was criminal to talk to him. I don't have two words to say to him. We heard in Vietnam, there was a prisoner captured, and they give out all kind of information. That was John ass McCain. I got nothing to say to him. To tell the whole world. It's all about y'all, you young people. We did that 30, 40 years ago. We did that. What about right now? Save us account. How much money you got in the bank? You plan on getting married and having children. You can't pay for your college loan, so your college tuition, or your college student loan, because it's already paid for. I'm here to help you get that money, but I don't know. Mick Romney don't know. This is what a third party do. We bring in information that you all don't have because it's about your world. And I'm hoping that I have the voice right now to speak for all the young people who don't know. Your college professors are not giving you this knowledge. That's why I'm glad that we're here on Chatter Space too damn live. We're trying to, everybody can log in and pass the word on how to get the information. You can tell them where to get it from.
But Jimmy, you said that you like Barack Obama as a person. You think he's a good guy. You don't think that he's a good president. My question to you would be, why do you think he's not a good president if his intentions are good? You think that he's not intelligent?
You know that the road to hell is paved with good intentions, my friend.
That's
and intelligent. I'd like to know why you think he's become corrupt.
That's a good question. You do not put your signature on bills like the U.S. Treasury, giving banks and corporations the people money and leaving the people holding the bag. That's what I'm talking about, economics and money.
Jimmy.
You cannot support him because of what he did to you. You are in a hole, an economic hole you can't dig yourself out of. $85,000 in debt, college student. This is what he did. I'm not talking about him personally. I'm talking about economically what he did. You should know. You're the president of the United States.
That's a great point, Jimmy. You know, President Obama said that if this economy was not turned around by the end of his first term, we would be electing another president. And then just a couple months ago, he said that we are not better off now than we are 4 years ago. So I have to ask Vinay, how on earth does the president, do you think that the president's campaign will win when he himself says that he should not be reelected?
I don't think that you've taken his words in the proper context, but as to whether or not, I think Jimmy will agree with me that out of the two candidates, Mitt Romney and Barack Obama stands the better chance. Because the thing is, Jimmy's right. The issues that matter to people are the economy, and they are YOU. But the problem with Mitt Romney is he doesn't connect to people, especially on the economy, because he's out of touch. And so he can't be a messenger. Maybe you can be a messenger, but he can't be a messenger, Jimmy.
No, I agree with you. Out of the two candidates, I'm sorry, Mick Romney, you're bringing back all this racial talk with the Tea Party. Some members of the Republican Party with Mick Romney, Rick Santorum, they call him Barack Obama tar babies and Sambos and
Jimmy, when did Rick Santorum and Barack Obama?
You not brought that up because you young people, you never go around this racial nonsense that the old folks are trying to bring back. You don't need to hear it. We need to move on with the country and start thinking about other things. And this is why I don't even talk about it. That's why I don't talk about them. Barack Obama, before you sign your name on any legislation, you're supposed to make sure that the equal protection of the people is there. You did not do that. Eighth Amendment. It's cruel and unpunishment.
Dolan, if you had to choose between President Obama and Governor Romney, who do you find to be more personally likable, and who do you like? Assuming that at the end of the day, you'll just vote for Jimmy.
Now, what do you mean by personally likable? Do you mean in terms of my voter, who I enjoy as a person?
I would say, who do you find to be most personally appealing to you, policy aside?
I think Mitt Romney can convince anybody in any caste of society that he's their man.
But there's only one problem, though. There's only one problem.
I agree. I think, frankly, on a personal level, I think I'd be better friends with Barack Obama. But then again, the question therein lies: do the American people prefer somebody who can guarantee them the expertise of someone who's succeeded greatly in the economy, or somebody whose rhetoric has proven largely empty after 4 years in office? So.
Hey, Dolan, I think you would agree with this. Mick Romney and all the Republican candidates, what they're not there, but now it's Mick Romney. They haven't talked about President Barack Obama, but they have not said what they were going to do better. But what they're showing, the guys with money have found a way to tap into the minds of the people by talking about the situation as it is. But my big question, we all have had girlfriends. Remember that guy across the street gonna go tell the girl you ain't worth a dime? And she go with him and find out that he dumped her because he ain't worth the crap himself. That's what McMillan and them are all good at doing. He have not said and cannot say one big question that I say, what are you going to do better? We can talk about policies and issues right here that you have never heard on television and never heard on a televised debate. We're not just talking about, oh my goodness, there you go. Let me get my toilet paper. Now, you know, the question is, I do agree with you, Dolan. It's not a personal. Don't take it personal. I am an American. It's all business here. This is business. The country needs help. And if I can bring that help to the people. Go ahead, Dolan.
A lot of that was my question, though. To the American people, is it still a personal issue? So in 2008, I think the American people elected Barack Obama largely over personality, largely over the goes, over his campaign and his presidency. And are they at the point now, after 4 years of what I think has been empty promises, are they still susceptible to that type of rhetoric? Or are they willing to elect somebody with economic expertise who, at this point, has a greater probability of being able to fix the economic problems than the incumbent?
Oh no, Dolan, you should be in my community. If you was in my, I would like to give you my face and walk down my street. I mean, you bring up Barack Obama, you bring up everybody. Oh yeah, I hear this so much. I'm about to throw up. I look at them and I say, what kind of American people are you? They use a very they trying to get rid of him. You know why they trying to get rid of him. I mean, I said, what the? This is what's going on. These old people are still there. We must, young people, y'all block them out. I'm sick and tired of hearing it because everyone know I'm in politics. All the person of color come to me and they come at me. Well, you know, he doing this to himself. He has sex with himself when it comes to the economy. They did what? They did nothing. You know, and so we got a problem. We focus on trying to get the country on the right track. We have a formula to create jobs. And none of them, a president can't create jobs. Only the governors of states have that capability to create jobs, and that is the movement of the people. Any presidential candidate saying that they can create jobs, they're lying. They're lying. And that's something that I'm going to do.
Jimmy, I had to ask you. You said that Mitt Romney and the Republicans haven't given a clear plan for how they're going to create jobs, and I agree with you. But what's the alternative? What would you do that would create more jobs than a stimulus package that hires to pave streets and to repair bridges?
Oh, yeah, a stimulus package which cost $800 million that did not keep unemployment below 7%, as it was promised, which did not lead to a recovery of the economy, as was promised in 2010, and which did lead to Republican victories in 2010, and which will lead to Republican victories in 2012. I just want to clarify that point from Mr. Nayak. Jimmy, what
I'd like to do more, but I'll let Jimmy go first.
I got you. You remember what I said to you at the Department of Treasury? I'm going to tell you like I said on MSNBC and NBC and ABC television. You waive the debt of the American people. You put the people in this mess, you take them out of it. Case closed. Economic experts understand it. Mortgage, Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac, you allow Fannie Mae and Freddie Mac to borrow $800 billion, and you patted them on the back. So you waive the debt of the American people to give the American people an opportunity that you took away from them like a criminal. The 13th Amendment, cruising on you to punishment under the 8th Amendment. Give the American people equal protection by waiving the debt of the American people.
Where do you get the to do that, Jimmy?
You're not paying attention to your shareholders of every bank in America. You're a young man. I'm looking at you. But you're showing you old. You put the people in this debt. You gave $49 billion to Chase, $25 billion to Wells Fargo, Chase Bank, Citicorp, Bank of America, Morgan Stanley. You gave another $25 billion to American Express and Discovery, and you're going to tell them that the American taxpayers, the shareholders of each and every company you gave money to, where you get the money from? You waive the debt on America. Let me give you an example. Just an example. I'm you. No, not you. I went to Bank of America. I borrowed $10,000 to pay off my student loan in my car. At the same time, Bank of America borrowed $25 billion of my money, or the people's money, from the United States government. I was still paying off Bank of America for my car. I lost my job. Bank of America repoed my car. Why they got $25 billion of United States government of my money. My problem is, why didn't Make America stop that when they know that I'm a shareholder of 21% of them? That's where the money is. You're an economic expert. You said that. I want you all to don't just talk economics to me and finance if you're just talking. This is money and reality of how you see money. When you put money, the people's money up, the people are shareholders of that. I want you to go to my website, jimmymcmillan.org, and click on the U.S. Department of Treasury. A senator named Mark Stephen Kirk. When I heard that he knew how to express it, I fell on the floor in the toilet. He was so right. This is something that all you young people need to learn. Once the United States government gives your money to a bank and a corporation to bail them out, you are a shareholder of those banks and corporations. That is where the money comes in at.
Really quickly, Jimmy, I've done the math, and if everyone made a $10,000 loan in the United States, in order for Bank of America to be able to absorb that debt, you said that we've given them some amount of $1 billion. They'd need $4 quadrillion to give everyone in America the $10,000 loan they've taken out, and that just doesn't add up. I mean, the numbers just don't add up.
Because you left something out. You left out the $20 the United States Department of Treasury given them, and you are 21% shareholders of General Motors. 21% of shareholders of Bank of America. If you figure out 21% shareholders of Bank of America, then the profit they made from the money they got from the United States government, and they're still paying them off. So you figure that out. That means I can do the math with my fingers. Look at my fingers. I can do the math real quick. You're 21% shareholder. That means right now, Bank of America from 2008, 2009, they borrowed this money. That means they owe you $50,000 right now. That's what matters.
Where's my money, Vinay?
Learn the math. Shareholder.
$1,000 for the Obama campaign ASAP.
Listen, Jimmy, if we didn't give those banks money, then what would happen to the people who work for them? What would happen to the people who did have loans?
Good. That's a good question. Because they borrowed your damn money, they don't give a damn what happened to you. So how can you care about them?
Yeah, are you just defending the 1%, Vinay? Is that what the Obama campaign has come to?
Absolutely not. Absolutely not. But Michael, I think that you'd agree with me. Even you'd agree with me. I see that big American flag behind you. That we care about jobs. And if we didn't do the auto bailout, and if we didn't bail out,
Barack Obama don't care about jobs, because if Barack Obama cared anything about jobs, he'll make sure that the governors of states had the resources they needed to keep the governors of states from supplying the resources for the government of states to keep the businesses in their state. That did not happen.
He's gotta either not.
That's undeniable.
But he's got to either not care or not be smart enough to understand. So which of the two is it?
I disagree. He don't know. It's not being smart or don't care. He don't know. He didn't know, and he still don't know. Because if he knew, if he didn't know, why haven't he called me? I would be more than happy to go to the White House to explain to him what he needed to do. He don't know. He's still coming like oil and drilling. That's not going to do what he needs.
Well, I'll tell you what, because I know the President, I'll say President Obama, Jimmy is available to come to the White House and tell you about all these things, so you just got to call. Yeah.
He needs my input. You have a U.S. Attorney General there. The U.S. Attorney General with the state Attorney General in the state. He can tell the U.S. Attorney General what they need to do to go to these states and find out what they need. We don't have a dysfunctional country. People killing people in the street. Everything is gone because the people don't have money to move. Everything is going crazy. There is no money for nothing. And the country, mental hygiene is set in. You need a father of a house. And he's a young man. He's not ready to be daddy of America yet. He's not ready. Using the White House as a place for on-the-job training, and now we're stuck with him for the next 4 years.
Jimmy, where do you work?
I'm sorry, I got to cut us off, and because I don't want to hear any more from Vinay. So thank you to everybody for tuning in. You can find Jimmy at renttalk.us or jimmymcmillan.org. You can find Vinay at vinayforward1.com. You can find me at Michael J. Knowles on Twitter or at michaelknowles.net. And Pat, any last words to say?
You can find me at the Matunic Oyster Farm in Matunic, Rhode Island.
Beautiful place. We'll be right over there. Thank you all so much for tuning in tonight. Hope to see you next week.
Jimmy, it's been a pleasure. Everyone, thank you so much.
Always. Give me a copy of Obama. I can let him know what he needed to do with that to get the country on the right track. Right now, he's not doing anything.
Michael,
I'll try to get the message across. Michael,
Thanks so much for joining us, to Vinay and to Pat. Good night, everybody.
Thanks, Jimmy.
But it's too damn high.